Good morning, everyone. It's Bob from Better Off Burnt. Last time we had a look at this, the Land Rover 4065 0. We had a bit of speed build and review, and as mentioned, I said I would look at it and modify it. I mean, there's a few things I'd like to change. One is the wheels, and maybe see if I can put some suspension on it. Now, obviously, big thing will be to do is to look at a recolor of the set. I mean, pretty, very interesting build. The screen side mirror falling off. One of the issues that's raised was you can't put too many figures side by side in it, but I'm sure we can look at something. Yes, I've changed the hair and the legs on this one. Let's ignore that. Okay, so today the plan is that what we're going to be doing is we're going to change the wheels. I'm going to see if I can put some suspension on it. Looks like we can. I'll put a bull bar on it, which is definitely something that all Land Rovers need. I'll change the hump on the bonnet here, make it a bit smaller. I've got two concepts, so I'll go through them. What I'll do is I'll start off with the hump on the top on the bonnet, and you can let me know which one you like. So the first one, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a smaller hump. So there's two options. So I don't have all the right tiles. So that's the first option. Not really ideal, but it's a smaller hump, not taking the full bonnet. The other option is simply putting the 2x4 plate on the front. I'll be honest, it looks a lot better. Probably need to find a maybe to maybe go for something like that. I have to find some more plates. Maybe that's a better option there. I was looking for some curved pieces for the bonnet, but in that I don't have a lot of this bright orange, bright yellow. So for now we'll leave it like that. If you can let me know which option you prefer, whether you want the smaller with the curved plates, shorter bonnet, shorter bump, or this long bonnet which is quite simple, the 2x4. Okay, put the roof back on. So let's move those tiles out the way. So the next one is obviously changing these tires. Now I've got these tires here, quite a lot wider. These small Speed Champion ones don't really work too well. Now, if you put them in, you can clearly see they're not going to move at all. So one thing you have to do is definitely drop it down by a plate. Personally, in my opinion, the wider tires looks better. So what we'll do is when we remove this plate and remove these mounts, these modified plates, we'll add the suspension option to it. Let's take all these tires off. Yeah, so let's move that aside. So as you can see, these are the these are the parts I need for the for my suspension and to increase the wheel size. Um, these little bushes here, these rubber, they'll be used just to provide the suspension. I did try putting these pivots to have a live axle using these, and I'll show you what happens because obviously there's a lot of movement back and forth. Okay, so first big thing we're going to have to do was we had to raise it slightly to put those in. That will give our extra clearance and also give us a point for. Now these, I know it looks a bit weird, but these just sit in those wheel arches. I'll do the back one first. So what you've got here, connector, some bushes, some axle pins with a bush on. They're not all the way in, but because of the spacing, oh, that's what I was able to use. Let's do the front one. Same thing happens here. Okay, those bushes are pushed down now. One thing to note is I just push the bushes in slightly. You can see the front bumper, and that is all. It's a spare wheel that goes there, that goes there. Oops. Might as well change the back tire at the same time. Now, for this the spare wheel to change, you need to put a 1x1 round plate there. That just gives the spacing between the headlights and the tire. Now, let's move things across a bit, make some space. Bit of extra ground clearance. See, this is a bit of a problem with that. I need to figure out how to. It's a lot better than before. I'll show you without these bushes and how much movement there is. It's not so bad because, as you can see, it wobbles around. It's not as bad as before. Okay, so next we'll look at is the bonnet. The bill bar. You can see the bushes aren't very high in the front, so there's a bit of wobble, but you still have quite a bit of play, which is nice. Gives it a nice little look. Not a huge amount of clearance, but the free movement there and the stiff one still allow quite a bit of. Okay, so next thing to add is quite straightforward, is the front bill bar. So what we do, obviously you need a towing hook for these, so put that in the front. So we're using two of these round plates. This fence piece, quite simple, nothing fancy. Just looking at yeah, this does make it a bit sensitive, but delicate. It still holds quite rigid. I mean, very straightforward, very easy. Nice bill bar. So yeah, those are the changes I've made. Um, everything. Oh, sorry, I forgot about these clips. Normally you put either something on the front, or I put these on the front. But this time I've put them on the roof. So yeah, these are the modifications I made to this. Obviously the suspension is a big one, which is quite nice. It's a lot of realism to it, because it's obviously a Land Rover, it needs to go off-road. If you want, you can add the bigger tires without adding the suspension. What you do need to do is, let's take this off, is you do need to raise this by a plate. See, you still use the original mounting points, but you'll just need to raise them by a plate, or lower it by a plate. So the tires will miss the wheel arch here. In the front becomes a bit more difficult because there's a small plate there which it catches on. Not sure how it does, but it does. Catches on there. So what you need to actually do is when you raise it up or lower the tire, you need to modify this front grille and move that plate out the way. It's not a huge issue, and it doesn't get caught all the time. Only when you're really pushing down on the front does it get caught. So, but yes, that's the classic Land Rover Defender mods I've made. I'm really quite chuffed with it. I've seen some modifications where you make an old Series 2 where you bring the nose back, take the bump off completely, put the skinnier tires on. Still pretty much looks the same. And there's some nice ones where they've now extended it, made it a 110 instead of a 90. But I'm quite happy with the 90. I will definitely be building another one in another color. Maybe I'll add a bit of better suspension, more rigid suspension. But yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with this one. So let me know what you think with changes. Let me know if there's any other changes you think I should make. If you like this video, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe as well, because I'll be doing some more modifications and building some more sets. I will also be looking at this, reviewing this custom mock from Mockternal, but that will be in another video. Thank you very much, everyone.